This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Bahamas South Island Promotion Board, Burger King, City of Hope, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, Click, KFC, Muffler World, Nassau Cruise Port, Not Johnny's, Print Masters, and Castle Bahamas.
I know what it feels like. Where to? Where do I go? If you never try, then you'll never know. How long do I have to climb up on the side of this mountain of mine? Chance you seize. How long am I gonna stand with my head stuck under the sand? I'll stop before I can stop, or before I see things the right way up. All that noise and all that sound, all those places I got found.
You've got it logged and loaded to the Friday, July 18th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy, Naughty, Love, and Mary Jane in your company. Coldplay bringing us in today, boy. Speed of sound. I tell you, something's gone viral with the speed of sound.
You really going there today?
Well, I love the fact that I could come to work and take a picture with my work wife and not get in trouble from my real wife. I love it. I love it.
Very rare position that you're in.
I'm in a win-win situation with that.
Very rare position that you're in.
There you go.
Wait, when is Coldplay coming back? I know they were here a couple of years ago. Was it I think it was at Atlantis, correct? Was it Atlantis?
Yeah, it was Atlantis. If Coldplay come back, right, no selfies that night. I know a lot of people ain't gonna take no more selfies.
Oh gosh, you want to explain for those who don't know what you're talking about, why you're making fun of Coldplay. I love Coldplay,
Listen,
by the way.
I have never seen anything go so viral in a long time. It's hitting the sports chat groups, it's hitting the political chat groups, it's hitting just out of the blue.
Millions of tweets on X.
I've seen 1,000,001 memes. The latest one that got sent to me, shout out to my homeboy Sean, even though he's put for the Philadelphia Eagles. I just threw up in my mouth when I said that. He sent me one for this dude, just white boy standing. Here I am trying to enjoy. And in the back is a picture of the Undertaker coming in as Coldplay, you know? And I had a good laugh. But apparently a CEO of a major corporation, I think it's a aeronautical or
it's a tech company Astronomer.
Mm-hmm. He was out at the Coldplay concert and decided to snatch up with his work wife.
Side piece,
jump off, office hoochie,
sweetheart.
H to the Izzo, whatever you want to say. Bottom feeder.
Who happens, by the way, to be the human resources chief at the company.
Now, see, I could go so many ways with so many jokes and other things crazy. I know from my time working here in this country, but HR, I can leave that alone.
Human resources. A
lot of human resources in the HR department, boy, I tell you.
She takes her job seriously.
I don't know who got resources. Them are marketing, but anyway, we can leave that alone. But nonetheless, obviously, Christopher Martin, they panned out as they do in stadium shows.
Chris Martin, who's the lead singer of Coldplay.
And they pan around the room like they do in the NFL, like they do in the NBA.
It's called a kiss cam.
A kiss cam. And basically when they flash it on you, and a lot of times they do this at the beginning of the game when you're coming in and getting seated or whatever. Because then they play it later on in the game.
Happy moment for the happy couples.
Correct. So here's homeboy all snatch up, you know. He got homegirl in the front and he snatch up from behind and he enjoying Coldplay, obviously.
Yeah.
So much so he didn't even realize the camera was on him. Tell the office hoochie decides to freak herself out a little, like, oh my God.
Well, I guess they saw it on the Jumbotron, the video
Correct.
display.
And Chris Martin,
Man.
and I quote, that was awkward.
Right, because he immediately
Either
shut
they're
down.
having an affair or they're camera shy. They don't like cameras.
And the internet says, ding, 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 ding.
And
Affair,
the
allegedly.
the internet is no place.
Undefeated.
The internet is undefeated. By the end of that concert, they knew who he was, where he worked, where he lived. Yeah.
Her name, her job. And it's kind of sad, though, because obviously it went viral. Like, there were like
What I like
millions
is
of tweets.
that's the power of Coldplay, though. They put out 2 brand new singles last night after that show.
Boy. You bring them back to Nassau. Trouble.
Yeah, but
Trouble.
like I say, I don't condone that foolishness. And I'll be honest with you, I'm glad I got to take a picture with my work wife and my real wife. I can't get in no kind of trouble.
He's in so much trouble.
But I did take advantage, fellas, to snatch up
And
with
his-
my work wife when I took a picture today at work, just to snatch up,
And
just to
it's
say.
$1 billion company. But it's sad, you know? See, March is just saying, you know, just saying I'm popping like they used to. Can't even trust your husband to go to one Coldplay concert and behave himself.
Well, he went wrong from the first place. You're the corporate and the CEO. Your wife should have been there in the booth with you from the
I
break.
wonder what excuse he gave her or why. Because I'm sure she probably likes Coldplay. Who doesn't like Coldplay?
Correct.
Come on.
I think he can get more trouble for not taking to the corporate and be snatched up at the work wife.
And that'll be his job.
And you know, let's be honest. Christopher Martin, no. You know, about that he's been through divorce. Didn't Gwyneth supposedly step out on him?
I did not hear that. I did
But
not.
that,
I've
but
never-
that co-parenting and they came up with the dumbest name for divorce a couple of years ago, didn't they?
consciously uncoupling.
I heard it on your show. That's why I thank you for bringing consciously
Yeah, I'll
uncoupling.
never forget that phrase. So now they've
So
now they're gonna have another two
technically-
couples consciously
technically,
uncoupling.
If he wanted to come back years later and say, I was actually unconsciously uncoupling because I thought I was conscious, but I was actually unconscious.
Oh boy, it is crazy world we live in. Speaking of crazy world,
Boy, we got lots to talk about, and if you want to chime in, here's how.
Here's how you can become a talking head. Brought to you by BTC.
Text line's powered by BTC 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Phone line's open in New Providence 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-425 the islands 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Stream us live, take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on for fresh new smart talk all day, right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. And it is Friday, and we got lots to talk about. And part of the conversation comes directly from the headlines.
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
Here's what's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views of Madison since 1844, all brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. 156 HIV cases in 2024. Officials say new HIV cases dropped 47% since 2010. Story by Caitlin Babb. Ministry warns of travel to parts of Haiti. Story by Rachel Scott. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs yesterday warned Bahamians to avoid all travel to areas of Haiti impacted by gang violence and the neighboring nation as the neighboring nation plunges deeper into a political, social, and economic crisis. Avoid all travel to areas in Haiti impacted by gang violence, widespread kidnappings, political instability, and severe shortages of essential supplies, the ministry said. All but essential travel is advised to other areas as described below. There is a high risk of violent crime, including armed robbery and murder. Now, my question is, what about that Bahamas Air flight, that controversial Bahamas Air flight, allegedly that leaves 3 times a week, services Haiti, goes down, empty, comes back full? Is that flight still going? There's a travel advisory from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Shouldn't that be shut down?
it has always been an
If
interesting
it's a
thing.
risk to Bahamians?
Yeah, seeing that flight go down, even as we have watched over the last 18 months or even more, perhaps Haiti, fall deeper and deeper into crisis, which we don't like to see. I mean, it's a terrible thing to see, especially for a neighboring.
But it'd be very
country.
interesting to see that service if that's still functioning.
Yeah, I'm
and
sure
that route is still running
we'll
under
hear
these.
more about that.
Such
Any
duress.
country without a functioning government, I think doing business, any kind of business, is always a bit of a risk, you know. And in this case, there's a lot of violence, a lot of gang violence in Haiti, so that would be an even bigger risk. So it would be interesting to see if they're still able to service that area and if they're doing it. Bahamas up.
Work on Long Island Airport runway extension to begin within 2 weeks.
Good
Story
stuff
by
for
Rachel
Long
Scott.
Island.
But that's the runway.
Yeah.
I got some friends in Long Island saying, but Naughty Buck Jock, what happened to the airport? We need a new airport to go with that runway.
Yeah, aren't they
Not the
working on
sound-
that as well?
No, just the runway.
Just the runway?
No airport, just the runway.
You sure?
Runway extension.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
No airport.
I thought that there was a deal recently, but that was just for the
Just for
runway?
the runway extension.
Okay.
Put all these millions spent in the Family Islands on airports.
And I'm sure, Long Island is happy for
The runway.
whatever they get, whatever capital works they get. But we need so many airports and so many islands upgraded, you know?
Of course, and a
So
lot of the
much to
money's
do.
been earmarked and it's out there and these projects are supposed to begin, but when are they going to begin?
So much
Oh,
to
let me
do.
guess, right before the bell ring.
So little time.
Well, if you think you can get another 5 years, you think you have plenty of time.
Mm.
And obviously, the turd in the room.
Oh, don't.
Woman in
don't.
custody claims officer
Oh, my
wouldn't let her
gosh.
use the bathroom.
This is a crazy story. I mean,
The Royal Bahamas Police Force said it's investigating a video that depicts a woman in police custody claim bathroom. Okay, MJ, it is hard for me to get this comedian
you
hat off
have
of
to
this.
take it off
so
of this.
I am going to follow
this
your
is
lead
so
on this.
serious. Like, this is so serious. It's so serious. So I think by now most people have seen that viral video
Correct.
of the young lady in custody,
Fir-
appears to be in custody at a police station.
First and foremost, her language, her racial slurs,
Disgusting.
and visceral,
Terrible.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Seems like she was under the influence or coming down off of something. I don't know if it was alcohol or narcotics.
That's a possibility.
Or
we don't
prescription.
know, but I mean anything's possible.
She shouldn't have had her jeans draped over her shoulder.
That
in
was the
state.
first thing I noticed.
What
When
was
I
that about?
looked at it, I was like, why are her pants over her shoulder? Like, and why wasn't she,
And I
made
get-
to put them on, allowed to put them on? Why is she standing there with her jeans? I mean, that was the first thing that caught my attention.
And the way she was rocking the cuffs, no offense, looked like she's been locked up before. She was quite comfy in the situation. And the visceral that came out, I get the officers maybe wanting to record that portion so they could have it on record that she was using racial
She was
slurs
belligerent,
and belligerent. That's
racially
fine.
abusive. I mean, we could only
But for
assume.
Christ's sake, you don't let it go viral. You don't put it out there.
We could only assume that was, but then the conduct after that is what even brings that into question. I
Correct.
mean, when you arrest someone or detain someone, there is a duty of care, right? Not a duty of content. How did that video even make it to social media? That was the real, like, she was abusive in her language, but the abuse that came from the officers who have charge over detainees was absolutely unacceptable. When you have a person that is in a vulnerable position, which she appeared to be in, like I said, speaking kind of weird, definitely terrible, disgusting language coming out of her mouth, the visceral directed at the officers, but she is in their care, right?
She looked like she just got kicked off one of them shows like Bodies or whatever.
Is in
Train
their care.
wreck.
So
But at the end of the day,
if you're in the care,
you still should not have to.
you are vulnerable.
You write an image or a video like that circulated, especially after defecating in the police station.
And that was recorded, and that was put out there, and that is something that she's always going to have to contend with, that along with her language for the rest of her life.
And a lot of people at the gas station, especially this one, and they was like, Naughty, you need to really mention this, because if any Bahamian did that, they was gonna make them clean it up. Did she have to clean that up?
We have no idea what
And
happened.
for all Bahamians, I ask that question, especially to them who've been in the cell and who've been under them duress conditions.
My thing is that this became a humiliation ritual the moment whomever is responsible decided to send it to a social media site and put it out there.
And that's what I keep talking about, brand damage. Some people think it's cute in the moment. Oh, look at this girl. She's carrying on bad. And she going to the bathroom in the cell. But when that goes viral and that goes international, You got rights groups that are going to pick that up. You're going to have other groups that pick that up, and it's going to be brand damage toward the Bahamas. And I know some of you out there listening, oh, that can't be brand. Yes. Wake up and understand what brand damage is. FTX and the affiliation we had with them, brand damage. The Fire Festival, the affiliation we had with that, brand damage. Just giving you some examples. This right here, out in the wrong chat groups and forums, or ends up with rights groups, this is going to be a black eye for the country.
Absolutely, because, you know, the laws, the procedures, the protocols that I'm sure our police officers are trained on don't just disappear because your dignity is challenged, because someone hurls, terrible racial slurs at you. It's just disgusting. And I'll reiterate that time and time again. Nobody approves of that. There's no place for that kind of language. The officers shouldn't have, had to deal with that kind of verbal abuse. But you have to look at what we're seeing. We're seeing a person asked to use the bathroom, and you can't violate their rights by not allowing them to use the bathroom. Even detainees have rights, right? They have rights. Online after the whole debacle, transform this from misconduct, the recording of it in the first place, into like a very abusive situation. I don't know what those officers thought to gain by posting it online or sending it to that website.
Again, I get the point of making a documentation of it or documenting it because of the visceral.
Are there no CCTVs within the police station itself?
Now that's
in those
another question for another day. Well,
maybe that's a question
not
for
because we've
today.
heard some sort of details about questioning in this country. So if you don't have
for today.
cameras in there, you never know. So that's a good question. Do you have CCTVs in the police stations? Obviously, I think they wanted to document it, and then they went horribly wrong after that.
I know that the Minister of National Security, Mr. Wayne Monroe, said that heads will roll, and I'm going to assume that there's an investigation taking place. I wouldn't imagine it would be too difficult to figure out who the officers involved would be, right? I think that'll be a simple step, but I think we have an even broader situation to deal with because this doesn't genders or others. Some of these things that are being alleged, Bahamians have, made complaints about in the past. We were told by the National Security Minister, go make your complaint to the Police Complaints Department. And if you don't like that, then go ahead and go to the Police Inspectorate or whatever and make your complaints there. I think it's time that the leadership of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, I guess all of the security branches, really, really buckle down now and ensure that all of their officers have the proper training, understand
Because how many
procedures.
times are they going to cost us money? And I don't mean this in a bad way.
There's a potential.
We have some good officers on the force. We've seen that we've had some bad officers on the force, but collectively the force, for the most part, does the best job they can.
Yep.
You cannot shoot yourself in the foot, no pun intended, by having continued cases of police brutality against Haitian nationals, Jamaican nationals, other foreign nationals that we've seen come out, and we have to, and Bahamians,
allegedly as well.
and we have to pay. Of course, Bahamians first and foremost. We have to foot the bill for that, the taxpayers. And if you don't think this little Karen / love child of Karen and Becky, who look like a extra from Breaking Bad, is not going to get money off this, you're wrong. She's going to find a lawyer in the States. They're going to sue. They're going to make some money. They're going to settle out of court. And she's going to have money to continue whatever addiction she has.
And imagine, allegedly.
And we're going to foot the bill.
And imagine.
And she came in our country. She was ridiculous at Bahama. She was removed from out there. She
Allegedly.
was arrested for allegedly for those things out there. That's how she ended up in custody, allegedly. And now, here we are.
Right. And so if you think like she's like
And now she's
the
going to
worst
win because how we treated her in police
for the
custody.
way she carried on, imagine the worst person being able to, to capitalize off a situation like that, because our police officers are so wrong, so very much in the wrong. It's no defending that. So this probably will cost taxpayers money. And that's where we lean back to the political leaders, the people we put in place to make sure things like this don't happen. How many times does stuff like this happen and cost taxpayers money? Heads got to roll, but the heads rolling shouldn't stop in that police precinct.
No, and they need to roll all the way down the hill like
Start
they
from the top.
did in Apocalypse.
Start from the top.
No, but listen, and if that was Bahamians, and like some of the texts and the conversation today that's been out there was like naughty. If that was you, that was screamers from when they picked me up until they take me to the station, and more screamers, and what would die to Jesus if you did number 2 on the floor?
Which is also
That's more
wrong.
cut skin.
Which is also wrong.
Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. The police who video recorded that lady at the police station should be fired and jailed, and I hope he clean up the mess that should have never happened in the first place. Naughty and MJ, why didn't the officers allow the lady to use the bathroom, even if
That's
she
a
was
good
rude?
question.
The officers should have done the right thing. That was totally despicable and disrespectful. It really doesn't make the police force look good.
That's
Very
it.
shameful.
That's their duty, you know?
Any truth to the rumor that the government sent a white paper to JCNP, which is the first step for the government to take over Junkanoo? Heard Junkanoo in an
Ooh.
uproar.
I
Wow.
didn't hear that. Tell
Hey.
us more. I didn't hear
Hey,
that.
GNN, page in GNN. Hit me up, GNN. I need some Junkanoo info from you.
A white paper.
Fanduski. I know you tell me you don't like listen because you're a hard crowd, but you still my boy. Zoo Crew, Fano, let me know what's going on in Junkanoo, please. Please, Fano. Y'all hit me up and let me know. I need to know what's happening in Junkanoo. Because if this just breaking. Naughty, any truth to the rumor that the government sent a white paper to the
white paper.
JCNP?
I would love to know if that's true. If you
This
guys,
is the first
anyone
step
knows
for the
if that's
government
true,
to take
and-
over Junkanoo. Heard Junkanoo is in the upper.
Junkanoo, really?
Hypothetically, if it ever happened, that's the only way that them lousy valleys, or 2 formation of them, could ever beat the Saxon. Because that's the only way they could ever beat the Saxon before. You knew it. If a Christie administration was in, the Saxons lose. If the PLP in and Christie got anything to do with it, the Saxons lose. I could tell you stories. The valley on the side of Charlotte Street ain't even rushed yet, putting their costumes out. Ain't rushed 1 lap on Bay Street yet and getting scores. And I can tell you another time, Saxon win best music, Saxon miss best costume, best everything. But the Valley win the parade. Who was the governor at the time? The PLP. So I looking at it for what it is.
Imagine all the things.
You got plenty crabs in the Valley. I ain't gonna lie. And the Valley don't like lose. And they know they can't beat this incarnation of Saxon. You know why? Because Peter the Macaroni Gilcud, Lord bless the dead, is on high in heaven making sure it ain't gonna happen.
Imagine all the things the government has to deal with. They got to go meddling in Junkanoo, really?
But how does it look, though? The
Family,
name situation, a
friends,
very thin
lovers.
line with that family scenario.
Looks
And now
terrible.
you're taking it to this level?
Who has
And
time?
still can't beat the Saxon. And Saxon, if they swing us this year, you know why. Draw back to this day right here.
White paper. Is that what our Attorney General has been working on? White paper on Junkanoo?
Wait, somebody told me say AG stand for assistant gangsters. I can leave that alone.
Oh, gosh.
Hi, Naughty and MJ. This is evidence of the need for quarterly mandatory trainings for all police officers of
Yes.
all ranks on what is proper behavior
Sure.
and what is fireable behavior. The Royal Bahamas Police Force must be transformed to a police service for the benefit of all. I mean, I think a lot of people feel that way.
Imagine losing your job because you videotaped someone who was verbally abusing you, and then you didn't have the good sense to, maybe or the good sense
all
to
of
allow
that-
them to use the restroom, which is a right. You can't just strip someone of their rights because you detained them or arrested them.
And I can
Crazy
be honest
stuff.
with you. I understand the situation that they might have wanted documentation, and if that was the case, I applaud them for being that diligent to document it. But that's where it should end. It should be turned over to the officer in charge as evidence and left there. It shouldn't be viralized. It shouldn't be made public.
Police making content from the police station. Crazy
Well,
times.
hold on. You got Clay Sweeten making
Crazy
content on
times.
TikTok all day. Potholes to thy kingdom come. Debris in Abaco can't get removed. Shanty towns allegedly popping up again. You can't demolish no more shanty towns. You can't really break down the glass window bridge math. You can't break down the next thing. But you got time to do TikTok?
Got a good jumper.
Well, no. I think I'll be honest with you. He's getting the Larry Bird treatment.
Basketball.
Only white boy on the court that get like half a jumper. You can give him a little credit. But me personally, my youngest will take Clay right now in a game to 21 and beat the brakes off him. Beat the brakes off him. In fact, Clay, I let my youngest play you. I'll spot you 10, play to 11, and he'll beat you. Let's do it for charity. And whatever we raise, we could fill potholes. Since you can't do it, maybe we could do it. All right? Let's get to the break, man. But, in the true spirit of what we call party gate or poo-poo gate or nanny gate at the police station.
We ain't calling none of those gates.
We
My
gotta
gosh.
go. We gotta go to the break. One sound and one song can take us to the break. The late great Ronnie Butter. Let's go. Do a nanny, do a nanny, do a nanny. Hey, do a nanny, do.
And Nanny went to New Orleans. All she ate was pork and beans. Hey.
Do a nanny, do.
And Nanny went to Montserrat. There a Nanny skinned that cat. Hey, do a Nanny.
Just not on the floor of the police station.
Do a Nanny, how you do?
Well, how she did it was she stood straight up and it just happened.
All right, we're going to commercial break. You guys are listening to Talking Heads right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM in Dottie and Mary Jane. We'll be right back.
Going down Weymouth Road, going down Weymouth Road again. Lick nobody, don't lick nobody, don't lick nobody, don't lick nobody, don't lick nobody.
Hear that? That's not just a crunch. It's the sound of flavor turning up. Introducing the Doritos Kentucky Chicken Sandwich, a delicious combination of KFC's juicy original recipe extra large filet, stacked with real Doritos nacho cheese chips for a loud, cheesy crunch in every bite. It's bold, it's crunchy, and it's only $8.95. Everyone's chasing KFC and Doritos, a crunch that's finger-licking good.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Here. Since 1941, the Armory Company has been your trusted partner and one-stop solution for all your business and technology needs. From printers to copier leasing, point of sale to cloud video surveillance, and access control to ATMs, we've got it all. And we ship to all family islands. Call our dedicated customer service team now at 397-1600 or visit us behind Wendy's on Mackey Street and experience excellence that stands the test of time. The Armory Company. Your success is our business.
Nassau Cruise Port, Kalik, and Ricardo Rum presents the Made in the Bahamas Festival. Join us on Saturday, July the 19th from 3 p.m. to 12 a.m. for a cultural affair hosted by Kenny and the Mighty Pencil. Get ready for live performances by Avi, Fan Sean, Ancient Man, and more. Plus music by the best DJs. Enjoy entertainment by the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band, a Junkanoo Rush Out, giveaways, and tasty Bahamian food. Admission is only $10, so don't miss out. Drink responsibly and celebrate proudly.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
It's time for the buzz. Are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John Shoes.
We're back at you on the Friday, July 18th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty along with Mary Jane and the company right up until 6 p.m. And I just want everybody, especially all of my football aficionados, to mark the calendar for this Sunday. This Sunday marks 8 weeks until the start of the NFL. Remember, fellas, this gives you 8 weeks to get all the projects done that your wife or significant other, not your work wife now, you don't want no Coldplay problems, but your wife or significant other wants you to do, get it done. Because by the time Thursday, September 9th rolls around and that kickoff comes with the Cowboys and the Eagles, your answer for the rest of football season till the Super Bowl is over, when she come back, I need you to fix this. You want to put up some drapes for me? I went out to Kelly's and I bought a new that. No. Your answer from that point on is, Madam Speaker, at this time, I'm not prepared to answer that question.
Oh, you really gonna try that? You really got to try that.
There's certain rules. Listen, there's certain rules. And listen, if you're going out with a guy and he likes football and you don't like football, let me let some of y'all young ladies know what to do. Ignore him during football season. Don't show up Super Bowl Sunday and talk about, I want you to teach me football because I love you. How does it get? No, get in from week one if that's the case and let him explain it to you.
It really isn't that complicated. Don't act like there are like millions of women globally that love football as well.
Yes, but
so many women love football.
They're not blessed like me when I first met you in the first football date we went to and you sucked your teeth and said, I can't believe they got 4 in the box and they're not moving the safety over to stop the run because this team runs the ball really well. Do you know how sexy you were right then?
That's because I happen to like football.
I was like, married woman now. Where's the priest? Let's go get married.
And the thing about it is that we had totally, like, I don't have a team right now, but we had totally different, like, tastes in football teams.
Can I say who you used to pull for?
Sure.
Used to pull for the Titans.
I used to pull for the Titans, but both of us.
And that's what I thought was good too.
Both of us have terrible taste in football teams.
My terrible taste is letting me see 5 Super Bowls. That's all I'm going to say.
That does not make a difference in 2025.
I never saw the Cowboys end up on the 1 yard line, you know.
You really going to go there?
I mean,
you're going to go there.
See, you getting your old, when we first started going out, mouth on you now with your Titans. So, yeah, I'm going to go there.
Yeah, I don't have a team right now, though. I give up on the Titans.
But can you let everybody know why you gave up on the Titans, though? Because it's not a case of, I don't want them to think you are very stick-to-it.
No, I like the Titans, but there was a lot of things that happened, particularly in the later McNair years and with the Eddie George and even with CJ 2000.
Correct.
And even with Vince, right? With Vince Young. I feel like the way that the Tennessee Titans treat their players.
Their star players. Eddie George, too. Ran him into the ground. Ran him into the ground.
They run them into the ground. They don't give them the contracts
Frank
that
Wycheck. And he died a little while back as well, too, from CTE.
That they would get with other teams. I just don't feel like they treat their players well. And there's only so many times you could keep with the faces of their franchise, with the players who, put it all on the field for them. It's only so many times you could watch them mistreat their talent and still stick with that team. And I just couldn't.
And there's the flip side to the coin. Then you got owners like Jerry who will overpay a good player, great player money and have your team handcuffed for years and years and years.
So
and when they retire, they're like, well, Jerry took good care of me. I can't say nothing bad about the Cowboys, but did you win us a Super Bowl? Sucker, no, you didn't, but you rich. Thank you. Go enjoy your millions.
Sometimes it works out better for them to not win the Super Bowl. Didn't St. Louis say that back when they were...
Jerry is
Didn't the Rams say that back when they were in St. Louis, that it was cheaper to lose?
It costs too much to put a contender back on the field for your fan base when you win a Super Bowl because the price goes up. Players go up.
Especially in the smaller markets.
But we'll talk about that in the 5 o'clock hour because we got way many more things to talk about in this hour. But what's MJ, what's going on with the former Prime Minister and the current MP for Kalani?
Dr. Minnis?
I want to say something, but I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna say he like Monkey Tamarind. Like he's itchy and bother you, and then when you think you got it stopped, it start up again.
I think that he does love having, a lot of say. And, in all fairness, he is a former prime minister, so he could have a say. But I'll be honest with you, I don't even discuss Dr. Minnis that often because I felt that, like, for quite some time, he's felt more like a polarizing presence as opposed to a policy professional. And I just don't see the sense in wasting time on his utterances unless he's coming with real solutions. Very interesting what he had to say the other day about the immigration crisis. 'Cause that's what he called it in 2023. And now I guess he's trying to be more nuanced. And instead of talking about all of the ways in which our system is being attacked, he laid it at the feet. And I get some of what he was trying to say, that Bahamians are enabling things, but to say, oh, I don't blame that. As a matter of fact, I think we have the quote from the former prime minister. Let's listen to what Dr. Minnis had to say on this issue that everyone's talking about, immigration.
Are the immigrants the problem? The answer is no. We are the problem. We, the Bahamian people, are the problem. And the problem is corruption and greed. We have laws. We have sufficient laws. We have adequate laws. It's just a matter of enforcement. If we enforce our laws, then we won't have the problem. So it's not the immigrants, it's the Bahamians who are the problem. You know, I came back in town yesterday. First thing somebody said to me, they gave me a story that they had a colleague who went and applied for a work permit, and they put a few dollars in the application. They know exactly where to go, who to see, etc. Those are the problems. And until we deal with the problems, nothing will happen. We have to face the facts.
Did he say that someone told him a story about someone else putting a couple of dollars in an envelope and going down, and they knew who to go to at immigration, et cetera, and that's so perhaps the good doctor should finish the story. Tell us what you did after you learned that someone paid someone off at immigration. What was your follow-up? What did you do? Finish the whole story. Tell us how we should handle those situations.
But
Tell us what you did when you learned about this crime taking place in the country you once oversaw. What did you do, Doc?
My question is, right?
Finish the story.
My question is, Dr. Minnis has a lot to say on the immigration situation now. And the way he blames Bahamian is eerily reminiscent the way he went public when he was prime minister and went global and said we're corrupt.
Yeah.
Let's just go to the United States and say we're corrupt. Why don't you just shoot us completely in both feet?
And we're not saying that what he's the part about taking down, that's absolutely true.
And I'm not saying that he wasn't right by saying that we're corrupt, because we are corrupt in some areas. But you keep that in the locker room. You don't put that out there.
Where's the solution, though? Where is this? We should be doing this specifically.
I guess since it's our fault, we got to come up with a solution ourselves.
Enforce the laws. Yes, we would love to have our laws enforced. He actually had control over the executive where these security forces fall under. Well, what did you do in that time? What was your response? You say but you telling us a story about someone who broke the law or bribed an officer, and you didn't tell us what the follow-up. What did you do after that? You just used the information
I think
the person gave you for a story?
The right quote for that is, I going to make stew fish.
Or have a little stitchy. Anyway.
Or blow whistle and ring bell. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Yeah, bless up.
Hey, what's going on, 52?
What's going on, Naughty and MJ?
Hey.
MJ asks some very important questions, right? Very basic and simple questions that can highlight the farce in these narratives by these politicians. They think we have short memories, right? Firstly, I don't even want to talk about the police, because whatever was done to that lady, the denial of using the restroom, that was going on for decades. Nothing, you know what I mean? With far as people, personal experiences.
Wow.
You even don't hear my stories, gun butted, almost to death, and left out in the rain to bleed to death, and try put me in a cell in the police. So now you got to, forget all about these things. What I'm saying is the injustices will never stop, because it's just fun to them. Just show you the contempt for one another. But I am concerned about what MJ was talking about when he was in power and in immigration and matters, et cetera, and all those things as far as corruption, et cetera, et cetera. What I'm saying is these things are very simple. And the fact that no implementations, you're not doing anything in place. Everybody knows that.
Right.
The enforcement, which I said lack of that equals what? Endorsement. There's no big play on words here, man. It is what you're seeing. And so then you sit back and watch this problem roost, right? And then all of a sudden, these geniuses jumping up like this is a dilemma, and wait. But let's look at it as far as passing the Shantytown Act. The PM is bragging about what they demolish. I said abolish. They hear me, They hear me saying these things. So with me, there's no impression. You can't impress me with narratives. And then let's look at Rights Bahamas. Something Howard said that they moved me, and I have to expose them for what they are, okay? Because we have Haitian Bahamians here, and they're supposed to be swear allegiance and denounce and renounce. Right, MJ?
Right.
All right. So
Supposed
I didn't
to
hear
renounce.
anything from Luby as in regards to the Haitians. What's the point of having an embassy over here and over there if there's no liaison? And Naughty, let me add up my marks then. I was with the situation with the young Bahamians down in Jamaicans down in Haiti, right?
Correct.
All right, so when the guy pull up on the video, the barbarian that pull up, who pointed the gun on the man after he's dying, right? Lying there, right? So and so he said, "Where's the gun? Where's the guns?" And then he asked, "Where's the drugs?" And the young man readily showed him where his contraband was, right?
Right.
So then the question of they were shooting at someone is imbecilic.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't have to ask that question if he was shooting at you.
Right.
Nah,
All right, so let's
52.
rule that one out. So
You and I have
obviously-
been around a long time. You know there are very many extenuating circumstances to what we've seen in the information that's been disseminated. I know you scratch your head and I scratch mine.
Yeah, but I was just trying to do the math. If we see he was in good condition, normal procedures could have saved his life. But what would really upset
I
me
would
is the
like to
fact
know-
that we didn't. I want to know is where's Luby George pledges allegiance. I don't hear any of them rights bombers. Nobody speaking out on behalf of what. Because if it was some Haitians over here, they would have been in a big uproar about the inhumanity and way.
And
they
nobody-
always cry about inhumanity, and we treat them very
And
intelligent.
52,
So
nobody's-
I'm looking for the embassy and do their due diligence and find out exactly what unfolded.
I wanna see-
Their
I wanna
stories
see the Ministry
unfolded.
of Foreign Affairs
I
use-
can't speak to good things, huh?
1 second, 52. I want to see the Minister of Foreign Affairs, especially Mr. Mitchell, and our Foreign Affairs Department, exercise the same conviction and taxpayer dollar getting an answer to this situation as the same way they did in Italy.
Yeah, but I got a
when
question.
we had,
you see,
when we had
I
two
ain't blaming
Bahamians.
nobody who's being ready, but if I was a talk show host and Louis appeared, I was going to sneak in a question and get him off guard, and I can ask him, where's your allegiance lies, my brother? Because you keep talking, all of you and Fred Smith, them, I hear you all say nothing yet. You see the disparity in the humanitarian fast over an agenda?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And another question I have.
Families, even people, I mean, what happened? We don't like one another no more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Families
man,
need
listen,
answers.
give me a break. Even the Indians, none of them, and then they still flying flights in and out and running on. But the situation on the ground down there, would you still bringing them here? There's got to be a limitation. I mean, come on, man. What you doing? Hey, you know when them xenophobic now have been played out, but anybody who come in, all the Christian, all the man, them, you know, xenophobia, man. These man, them look, hey, all us enough love, you know, but don't come to me with them thing, them man, with xenophobia.
Yeah,
They
no.
they're playing the smart game, right, man? Bless up.
Good
Have a
stuff,
good one.
52 as
I
always.
read
And Mike, go ahead.
I was going to say I read a column in the Nassau Guardian today. I think it was by Brent Dean. And I thought that it really kind of encompassed the way that Bahamians are feeling right now. It was a good overview of what's been happening this past week in terms of this conversation about immigration. And I think a lot of Bahamians should read that. It is true that it is not fair to accuse us of xenophobia because we have a problem with persons who don't come into the country the right way. And I think that that's something that Bahamians are now getting past. I mean, we've seen it happen in the U.S. before. They were being, a lot of Americans are being accused of, you know, certain things. And in certain cases, it is valid, some of the accusations level at them. But at the end of the day, the majority came together and said, okay, this immigration situation is pretty them with the leader that they have now.
And back to what 52 is saying, I agree with those points there. Back to what 52 is saying as well, too. I want to know how you see videos of a healthy Bahamian with a gunshot wound to the arm, saying, like he said in the video, the gun and the drugs are in the console, the front console. Then you see the same young man later on in the hospital, obviously under some sort of distress, and then the next portion of the video, he's deceased.
But maybe that goes to the whole point about do they even have proper facilities down there?
Correct.
Their hospitals to take care of Bahamians. I think it is best that Bahamians, you know, follow the dictum by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and just probably avoid. I wouldn't go to Haiti for all the money in the world right now. I'll be honest with you. Just it wouldn't happen.
Naughty, good afternoon to you and MJ. Minister said he will win in Kalani. Yeah, we heard him spell it out. I-W-I-L-L.
Why does he do that?
W-I-N.
This is so frustrating.
But at least he spelled all of them correctly, not like no.
This is so crazy.
But anyway, I digress. That's another story for another day. He don't care how they cut it up. They will cut themselves right out. They're favoring my voters. Naughty, you heard Leslie saying the PLP shouldn't run no one against ministers. I know why you want that. But if I was minister, and you know, put your money where your mouth is, all right? You talk strong. Let's see if you teach strong. Let's see if you can handle Mr. Duncan from the PLP and whoever the F&M decides to run, because they're not running you, in case you didn't get the message. And you can run as an independent, and been in there as well, too. So let's see how it's divvied up. Let's see how it's divvied up.
I think we look at this from like up close, but if we really took a step back, why would a former prime minister, right? That's going to be in the history books forever. Dr. Minnis, prime minister. Yeah, he'll also be the one with the shortest term, but that was a decision of his own making. Why would you go out like this? Why would you go against your party like this? Why? Why can you lead, but you can't follow? Why? And why should we follow you?
Correct. I mean, if you ever want to lead, at first you must follow. And then when you get into a position of leadership and you want people to follow, you need to have shown the ability to follow before.
But there was a lot that he had to say. And I think that that's one of the things that's a bit frustrating because the more he talks, the more I realize that.
But didn't he say he was going to win a convention and Pentard monkey stomped him twice? Didn't he say his people was getting it at the constituency levels and everybody got rolled out? I mean,
the more Dr. Minnis talks.
How much more cut skin do you have to take to notice the message?
I think that you really got to trust the Bahamian electorate.
And win margin of 2,500 dropped to a win margin of 500 the last go round, and you didn't have no cuts, and you didn't have people that were coming off the bench, and voting this go round because you had them on the sideline. They didn't want to vote for you. Now they want to come back. So how that going to work for you?
Yeah, the electorate probably did the right thing removing.
Callers will get you in a second.
Dr. Minnis from Powell, because I find that he flip-flops on a lot of things that he says. He's a flipper and a flopper.
Flip-flop. Chancleta, that's what we need to call him. Since he flip-flops so much, call him chancleta. That's Spanish for flip-flop. Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. Let's not be too quick to judge these police officers in the video incident. These officers deserve at least 6 months garden leave while this incident is investigated.
It's going to take, I'm sure it's going to take a while.
Nice sarcasm there, Texter.
All of the investigations take a while, it would seem.
Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. Suppose Bahamians are xenophobic. Why would our government spit in our face by going into Haiti with our government-funded airline to bring Haitians here to do jobs that Bahamians are available to do?
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs needs to answer that question. Bahamas Air needs to feel comfortable. I mean, we are being told don't even think about going there, but we got Bahamians going there with our national flag carrier.
Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty.
Hey, what's going on?
Radio, buddy. Now, I go, with this immigration problem, the problem from the top, okay? I heard Mitchell, after the public maybe put a little pressure on them, I heard him say the plane not to, no traveling to Haiti and things.
Yeah.
But I understood the plane still going to the next airport. And then you should know something wrong if you continue coming here full of immigrants, and then when you leave it empty. Then something drastically wrong, So we have to, I don't know if you agree with what I'm saying. We have to look at that. You can't let the people come overrun you, and that's what's happening right now. Now, the next point, these shanty towns, and why we got to wait till it get to about 100 before you knock them down? Right on our main road, I think I tell you about that before. They knock them down, they back their billing again. And the PLP taking us for a joke with this immigration problem. And matter of fact, with plenty other problems, even the road problem, they taking us for a joke. Immigration problem goes to the top. We need to stop Bahamas Air from going there. And one more other point. I have Marconi giving you the visa for 2 years. You hear anything about that?
I got to double check on that.
The fees went up.
The fees went up. That's going to be another problem. We used to get a visa for 10 years. Now, when you see all these funny name people coming for visa, that going to create a problem. And we have 5 countries in the world that got the pre-clearance.
Yeah, we got nice.
And we got to hold on to that, too.
Yeah, we got we got to fight to hold on to that, because if you continue giving out our passport to all these different people, they can say, man, the Bahamas thing being serious. And I could go on and on. Then with this borrowing this money to build this hospital, why you allow the people, you're borrowing the money from them, they're bringing in people to do the job.
And when it built, I could go in that hospital, MJ could go in that hospital, but me and you can't.
Yeah, but here's the point. That's over $200 million or whatever you're borrowing.
Yeah,
why our payment people can't make the money? Instead of they bringing their people
charging us interest.
Yeah, and the labor rate on that 50-50 is crazy, man. It should be 70-30
I don't
behavior.
think it'd be 50-50. Maybe it may be 70-30 or something. But that's a bunch of nonsense. Anyhow, take care.
Thanks, man. Good stuff. Let's get to a couple of these texts, and then we'll get to the break. Naughty and MJ, good afternoon. That woman, although she was very racial, her basic human rights were violated, and she was clearly under the influence. Those cops need to be fired.
Yeah.
At least they should be above that. That's
Yep.
way too much slackness. They need to be fired.
Yes.
Naughty and MJ, good afternoon. Seems like this new commissioner really isn't making a difference. Here's another one. Naughty, please tell MJ the Eagles will gladly accept her with open wings. Not happening over my dead body.
I need a new home. I haven't had a team in over 10 years, over 15 years.
Ain't gonna be the
Been a
Eagles.
while.
Ain't gonna be the Eagles.
Been a while.
Ain't gonna be the Eagles. All right, let's get to that. Caller, I see I get to you in 1 sec. Let's get these other texts in. Naughty, this is why I said abolish, not demolish. Why the surprise about the Haiti problems in the Bahamas? What did the PM say again on the campaign trail? And people have not forgotten that. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking heads.
We don't hate you. You're just naughty by nature.
But
Hey, GNN.
GNN, you heard me put the APB out for you, right? I was calling out for you earlier in the show. I tell you, get at me, man.
Someone called me. I was outside watering my first time and stuff.
And they tell you Naughty was calling for you, right?
Oh, yeah, my naughty call. I got to drop the water bottle.
Man, listen here, break it down. I hear there's rumors that a white paper was sent to the JCNP.
Naughty.
Uh-huh.
Don't hear stuff. You can't carry rumors in court.
I asking you if any truth to the rumors that a white paper to JCNP, which is the first step for the government to take over Junkanoo. You heard of any of that?
And is calling you to give you and Mary Jane Nation the facts.
Okay, tell us the facts.
Yes, the JCNP papers last night.
Ooh, tell us more. What happened?
Because we was telling the nation over a year and a half, 2 years ago, that faction of the Valley Boys, this world famous, called themselves, was not the actual Valley Boy. And every time they poke their head up, they lose the court case, or they lose something, or they lose this, or they lose that. And the JCNP, probably because of nefarious activities with them, poke their head up and cause the Valley Boys, the real original Valley Boys, the Perry Christie, the Doyle Burroughs Valley Boys, and those fellas had to sit out, must be about almost 3 or 4 parades. And that should have never been. So, the powers to be pull the rug from under the JCNP.
All right. Yeah, we're getting more reporting in on this. All right. So we
All
got a
right.
break.
We got to get to the break, GNN, but thank you for the breakdown. And have a great weekend, my brother.
Yes, enjoy.
Okay, thanks.
And when you have us in that fresh time, remember me and MJ like fresh time. Thank you very much.
So we'll discuss this a little bit more. We'll go over just a little bit on the other side of the break because I have some new information that someone just sent me.
On that, we need to talk about PRP Vice Chairman, Mr. Kyle Dean, and indirectly Minister of National Security, Mr. Raymond Rowe. What's going on? Y'all don't read statistics, y'all don't read reports, Mr. Monroe, especially you. I mean, you're familiar with the court and judges' rulings, right? And injunctions being lifted, right? So if we're going to go into 2026 on this political trail, we have to go through with the facts. Can't be more the VAT money missing. We ain't gullible in getting food like that no more, We falling for, including the narrative now, the PRP, that the FNM did not try to demolish. And he's saying, look, I'm no fan of Menace, but he couldn't have demolished anything with an injunction on it. So why the lack of a better word being disingenuous, you're not selling the whole story? We got to talk about that.
I mean, he could have, but that would have been a constitutional crisis.
And speaking of chairmans, we got to check on the chairman of the COI because she's suffering from foot and mouth disease. I need to find out if she okay because I heard a lot of abda. All I can tell you after that is the FNM got one, the PLP got one, and the COI got one. And I'll tell you all about that on the flip side of the break.
Lucky, here's Cuban Willie's numerology report. Brought to you by the Island Game.
It's a party downtown, it's a party over there, it's a party over there. It's Friday, baby. Soy Joe Cuban Willie, and I'm back at you with my numerology report brought to you, of course, by the Island Game. And today is Friday. I have the double whammy slammy for you. That's what I'm talking about. The three ball, the lucky three ball, the 219, 219. And the lucky four ball for the weekend, the 8521, 8521. Play them and win with the Island Games. Stay winning, my friend.
Long day? Hungry crew? Say less and satisfy everyone with KFC's Summer Buckets. Grab a super summer bucket and get 8 juicy pieces of fried chicken, 8 nuggets, corn, our new white rice with gravy, 4 buttery biscuits, 4 Switcher Pink lemonades, and 4 dessert biscuits. So whether it's on the beach, at home, or chilling with the crew, KFC's Summer Bucket starting at just $20. Bring all the flavor. Summer with KFC. It's finger licking good.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Tired of the hustle and bustle of Nassau? Fly away to the Family Islands with our fly-free offer for Bahamian residents. Stay at any of our hotels for 2 nights and get a round-trip ticket for free. Visit BahamasResidence.com for details.
My Bahamaland, yes, my country. Come fly away with me.
Hey kids, it's back! The Jeff Rogers Summer Basketball Kendall Isaacs Gym. Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. for boys and girls, 5 to 18. Pair and learn from the NBA superstars past and present, including our very own Buddy Hield of the Golden State Warriors, Klay Thompson of the Dallas Mavericks, former Laker great Michael Sweet Bells Thompson, another great among the point guards back in the day, Muggsy Bogues, and many others. Application forms now at the Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, Tonic Williams Darling Highway. Call 341-4021 or check the website jeffrogersbasketballcamp.com.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Bahamas South Island Promotion Board, Burger King, City of Hope, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, Click, KFC, Muffler World, Nassau Cruise Port, Naughty Johnny's, Print Masters, and Sandcastle Bahamas.
I'm gonna give you my heart. 'Cause you're a sky full of stars. 'Cause you light up the path. I don't care who wanna tear me apart. I don't care if you do. 'Cause in the sky full of stars, I think I saw you.
We're back at you on the Friday, July 18th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty along with Mary Jane in your company right up until 6 p.m. And we've now been joined by Earl the Pearl. Pearlie's in the building. What's going on, Pearlie?
In the house, right here, in this
Hey,
corner.
Pearlissimo.
Baseball is finally back today, so I'm in good spirits.
Dodgers playing tonight?
Yeah, 10 o'clock. Yeah, Milwaukee coming into LA.
Careful of them Brewers, boy. They was playing some good ball before the break.
That's before the break.
Anyhow, Pearlie, you're my boy, and I'm telling you on July 18th.
Ladies, find a man that loves you the way Pearlie loves those Dodgers.
For real.
You'll be happy. You'll be happy.
Pearlie, today is July 18th, and I'm telling you now from today, July 18th, you are well on your way to be in that guy. And you know when you know, Pearly, this me. Anybody else, this me. I know when you are well entrenched into becoming that guy, and you are on the way to becoming that guy. I remember now, the last time you became that guy early in the year.
The last time I became that guy early in the year, we won a World Series.
They got the World Series, yeah.
No, but last year you didn't get out there early like how you did this year. You paced yourself because the year before you got way out there and you got embarrassed in the World Series. So I don't want that to happen for you.
I'm pacing myself. I'm just happy with the job that Roberts has done considering the injuries. Blake Snell should be back pretty soon. He just did a second rehab. He looks pretty good. Blake Trainer should be back pretty soon. So that's Glasnow came back just before the break. So I'm pretty happy with the trending where we're going. Some others are getting there. So we'll see how it goes.
All right, well, we're going to go over for a little bit, and then we'll get right back into sports, all right? But we had a couple of topics.
What's this going on with John Canoe, man?
That's what we're about to talk about.
The rumor has it.
Okay.
That the government white paper, they're basically going to take over all of John Canoe, the JCNP, parade management, everything. They're going to take over John Canoe.
Well, if you can't beat the Soxen, you may as well cheat the Soxen, eh?
So I don't know what that means for John Canoe.
I said it in advance.
I understand they weren't very happy with that, so it'd be interesting to see. But see, it's one thing you don't mess with. You leave John Canoe alone.
Yeah.
John Canoe transcends all political persuasions. PLPs, FNMs, and others are all a part of each group. So I don't like that move. That's not a good move. But
yeah, I don't like it either.
Politically, for some people, that would be a good move. Politically, for some people, that won't be a good move.
The thing about it is this proposed authority that they want to consolidate or centralize everything under, which will be a government body. I'm trying to figure out what is the motivation for this at this time? Why is this happening now?
I think personally it's happening now because of the momentum of the last case where they got the name switched to, back from the original Valley Boys to the World Famous and all that hullabaloo. I think some people are saying, you know what, let's strike while the iron's hot.
And just take over the whole
And now that we've got the discussion going on and they were open to that kind of, decision. Let's
just take it over.
Let's go for the whole hog. That's the only thing I could say.
This actually looks pretty bad because if you think about what happened, that whole argument with the Valley Boys and, the political connections therein, to have this white paper come out, to have this be a priority of the government messing around with John Canoe right now.
I can be honest with you.
Terrible.
You can't write a white paper on crime. You can't write a white paper on cost of living. You can't write a white paper on feeding the hungry. You can't write a white paper on children and women being and young men being slaughtered. You can't write a paper on teenage suicide. You can't write a white paper on none of that. You can write a white paper on John Canoe.
So what I'm hearing is the paper is on the establishment of the National John Canoe Commission.
Okay, commission. All right.
National John Canoe Commission
but under
the JCNP now. They come in for a new commission. And so basically they just want to have a new commission.
I don't know. I'm getting bits and pieces. I understand there's only one copy of this white paper. So I don't know how true that is. Not very many people are talking.
So I think that falls under Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, right? So we'd have to talk to Mr. Boleg on this decision, or.
So what some John Canoes are saying is that the PM said after losing his war with the JCNP, remember last year when they tried to get the way forward to rush and the JCNP said they wouldn't rush if that happened.
Right.
So rumor has it, and this is alleged. All right. I'm not what they call it, the scuttlebutts or whatever.
Yeah.
The PM, after losing his war with JCNP, promised to establish such commission to disband the JCNP.
Why? Because they didn't get their way the last time around?
Yeah, I guess that's the issue. You understand that heads up?
No, we get
who's
that.
Who's the leader of the way forward?
We get that.
Related to the Prime Minister. And rumor has it that they've been very much involved in what's going on with the Valley Boys and the other faction, Valley Boys 1958. I'm very happy they're calling it outright corruption. So this isn't pretty. This is not good for John Canoe. This is not good.
It's not good. And once again, it raises questions. It raises an apparent about interference and influence. You know, it raises the question about influence, and we talked about this in respect to other things. You got someone's heir, and you got the prime minister's heir, and now we see stuff like this coming on because you didn't get your way with the JCNP, and you want to take away their independence. All of the things that this proposed authority wants to do, which is streamline operations, things can happen with the government working closely with the JCNP, but the whole thought that they have to take it over wholesale just doesn't make sense to me right now. It doesn't.
And I hope that's I hope that's not what it is. You know, I really hope that it's something else. But you know, I heard the fellas them saying we just come off the plantation. Now you're trying to put us back in there, trying to enslave us again.
And the thought about using our taxpayer dollars as some sort of leverage, as if you go this way, then you'll get more. I mean, really, using our taxpayer dollars.
The big debate is that the payoff or the bait or the whatever the softening of the blow is that they're going to increase the seed money to the group.
Either it deserves
so they're going to give you $45,000-$50,000 a year now. So if you keep your mouth shut, you know. So I don't know.
Appearance of influence and bargaining with taxpayer money, really? That's where we reach in 2025. This is a terrible look. I can't wait for this to be reported out further. Get some quotes from the JCNP. Get some quotes from the group leaders, and hear what the Ministry of Youth, Sports, and Culture has to say on the record.
This has to have, we have to have a conversation on this. This just can't be passed like this and keep it moving. If it is the case. On a separate note,
hope over the weekend we can get some more information on it. You know.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get right back to topic, but I got to send this one out. Hey, Naughty, bless up cousin MJ and Pearly. Shout out the Winnipeg connection up here in Canada. We're listening to you now as we sit in the stadium watching the Winnipeg Yellow Eyes play baseball. And they sent the footage, and it's a beautiful day in Winnipeg. All right,
Go on then, Winnipeg.
Big up to Barrington and the crew, man. Enjoy the game. But what you need to do is make sure I drink a cold brewski for me, MJ, and for Pearly, all right? Make sure I do that.
I wonder who's the Winnipeg, what is it, the Winnipeg who?
Yellow Eyes.
Affiliate.
That's a AA or AAA franchise, obviously, but the stadium is packed. And you see, that's what we need to. We need to get our stadium packed, man, with summer baseball.
That'll be nice.
With you know, even if it's instructional league play, even if it's summer league play, that you get some of these guys down here and these kids could see them up close and personal.
The softball game that we went to, the Queens of Paradise, that was such a great product, but I think like way more people should have been at that event.
Mm-hmm. And those were some exciting games as well, too.
The games were good, just not enough people out there supporting it.
Correct. Now,
and it was free.
The Golden Eyes.
The Yellow Eyes, Golden Eyes, yeah. But listen, you know, if it was my team, I'd call them the Red Eyes, but that's a different story for another day. But Bump, I'm here all year, try the conch. But Pearly, I got to ask you this question, and MJ as well, too. And I'm going to go there, because obviously, especially like in sports and in other areas in life, when you talk the talk, you have to walk the walk, correct, Pearly?
Yeah.
And when you're critical of other parties' chairmen and the way they carry on, whether it's PLP or F, and so on point, and when your opportunity is there, you knock it out the park, correct?
Correct, Mundo.
So please, my COI friends who like to text me and call me all the time, tell me what's really going on with your chairman, Charlotte Green. Because for all the beating up the gum, and I want to debate this one, I want to debate that one, we have this. What happened to the footage I'm seeing now, where you sound like you was chewing on marbles and couldn't even get it out right? If you're going to bark up on qualified politicians, PLP and F&M, who are seasoned, who are veterans, who have done this before, you got to be on your A game if you barking up on those trees trying to make an impression. You want me to actually... I know one thing. Nobody in the COI could say anything to Miriam Emanuel. No. Hold on. Let me go on record. You can't say nothing to Miriam Emanuel in the F&M. You can't say nothing to Jo Beth Kirby Davis, who can't say navigational to save her life. You can't say that to her no more.
Oh, that's true, exactly.
She can say Fashion Nova, but she can't say navigational. Okay? And then now the COI got that chairman there with foot and mouth disease too, so nobody can say nothing to nobody.
That was hard to watch.
You know how Miss Green sounded last night when she tried to make that speech like this right here?
Verse 1. In the beginning,
Could you stop?
Yeah.
Could you stop? Could you stop?
You know that reminds me of Naughty? That whole video I saw, as you know, in my past life, I was involved with the Miss Bahamas and all that. That reminded me of a beauty pageant. When
Yep. That's what I saw.
But at
And I
least
saw
the
that
beauty
video.
pageant contestants have enough common sense, Pearlie. At least the contestants have enough common sense to not blutter out on air. I'm messing up.
I think
I choking. They just stand there and just hopefully, God will move them or they'll go to the next question. But all I'm saying is, to my COI friends, how you expect me to vote for you if your chairman cannot express the plans and the vision of the party? Okay? You got to have your A game to explain. We got enough political BS going around from the regulars. You got to come on point. You want me to take you seriously and you can't talk your way out of a wet paper bag?
I know we joking and laughing about it, but I think it's a real serious lesson under there, which is that if you want to be able to lead, you do have to prepare. You do have to be communicative. You do have to get your ideas across. The COI is full of novices, like just jam-packed full of novices.
And wannabes.
So if you're going
and
to
political
convince
rejects
us,
from other parties,
you're going to have to put your plans out there in a
And the
way that
leader
we
is
can
one.
understand. You're going to have to be able to speak, elucidate, enunciate, all of that kind of stuff.
And for those of you who might got lost by some of them big words, you got to be able to spoke properly in public when speaking to peoples.
I mean, you have to. You have to be able to get your ideas across. And it's not just making fun of them for making fun's sake. But if you say you're going to be ready on day one, you have zero experience. Well, besides Aram Lewis, I guess, no one with political experience, parliamentary experience in that party. Just a bunch of novices. You got to be ready on day one, and you got to show us. You got to go above and beyond. And what really disturbed me about her flub, which is very unfortunate, because I've interviewed her before. She was very, she was much better at communicating in the past, right?
I think that was more off
But
paper,
when
though.
someone asks,
listen,
ask you a question.
If you can't go, if you need a script, keep a script there. If you know you can't swim in the deep end of the pool, stay your behind out the deep end of the pool.
When someone asks you a question that actually goes to your principles, your thoughts, your ideas on a particular subject, particularly about empowering women, right? Because they talk about that sometimes. How are you unable to answer that? You don't have to give me a polished speech. You don't have to go down every little policy initiative that you have in mind. But my God, you should be able to tell me some basic ideas that you have about moving things forward in a direction that
should be
women
the first
can
thing as
appreciate.
a woman in politics that you ready to speak about. That's on the tip of your tongue, ready to go.
Should be able to give your basic ideas, your thoughts. And the fact that you flubbed that question, then I saw another video and another question was flubbed. I don't think that they're ready. And that's always been a problem with the COI. They have a leader who can speak.
But no follow through, no
but
backup.
the rest of the team
but not only that,
is not ready.
You have to look at you walking in. Let's just say hypothetically, they happen to win the government. Body in there with no kind of experience. Them civil servants will have a field day on them.
I can only imagine.
You can imagine right now
Yes.
if a certain party is in government now, goes in government now, how hard it is, particularly when the former government have their people in place who's gonna kind of I don't want to say undermine, but don't advance.
Freddie, it's not going to get that far. It's not going to get that far.
I know. I'm just
because
I'm just
if they
having
win, if the
sometimes you
COI
have these nightmares. I'm just having a nightmare aloud. That's all.
Listen, if the COI were to win, we would never get to any procedure or any policy. We would immediately end up in the first civil war in this country because the people who ain't got the $100,000 that Lincoln promised them, they can run roughshod over this place till they get their $100,000.
Is that promise still on the table? I thought they tried to talk
No,
that way
there's
out of that.
land now. They're giving you land.
Okay, it switched. I told you it switched. That the 100,000 off the
Well,
table.
when the land can't come right away like some people want it.
You know, line takes time, so they'll have a little bit of time to stall people out. But no, seriously though, when you have to represent this country, it's no, just winging it. You got to know your stuff. And I'm sorry, it's not wrong to say that we expect better, okay? Get it together, COI, because that performance was
you gotta
not
come
good.
up with these grand ideas. Trudy's out there. I know, and it's a thing that the people are so dumb that people can believe. I mean, some of them things you say you can't. I'd be wondering how people actually believe that. Honestly, but they say I bias,
Well,
they say I bias.
Oh, you bias, you bias.
Are you biased, man?
Yeah.
some of the rhetoric is convincing, but I hope you go a little deeper, ask more questions, because to me that was a very simple question. And if you don't have your own internal ideas and thoughts about that, you can't answer a basic question like that. You need to go back and get it together. Sorry.
Great show, Naughty and MJ. Naughty, you give us a good laugh on this ride home. Well, I'm glad to know I can give you all a little laugh. Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ and Pearly. Aram Lewis' political career is finished. We still have a job for him when he's done, though.
Yeah? What was that anyway?
I don't know.
I probably don't want to know, Daxter, what that job is.
Maybe it's setting up tin cans outside to heat the water with the sun, so
maybe
he can teach people how to take cowboys.
I think he has a farm in Grand Bahama. I think he has a farm in Grand Bahama.
No, sir, not the pictures I saw from the last time. That looked like in rock and ruin.
Maybe his own personal. Maybe his own personal. People own that got run down like that. But
okay.
You know how it is.
Good afternoon, Naughty MJ and Pearly. I hope if they win and they do give out land that you all tell them you don't want any or go last in line. Listen. First and foremost, I thank God that I've worked my whole life, that I don't need no government job. No disrespect to those people who work for government. Or I have to suck whatever or stand in line or posture and kiss people's derriere to get what I need. No. I've been able, God has blessed me, God has blessed my wife that we have been able to provide, and we have families that support us and help us in our endeavors. So yeah, I would definitely say, I don't need a piece of land. But if you're going to give it out to all Bahamians, then heck yeah. If you're talking about all Bahamians, it got to be for COI, F&M, PLP, DNA, ABC, LMNP. So when they don't even give out the COIs, So, you know what? I'll take it and give it out. I'll take it. Me and MJ will flip it and do something with it since everybody getting. But no, it's not a criteria.
Flip. That's what's going to happen. So
correct.
That's what everybody could be doing. That's what everybody could do it.
Particular being buying up all land.
Correct.
Yes.
Get right back to where we were.
And worse. It could be worse.
And some people ain't going to get it, and then they could be mad. And then they could run hot. Because they've been waiting for previous administrations to give them something. Because we got plenty of voters out there that, what I call, like Eddie Minna said, the gimme generation. Man, give me this and give me that. No, sometimes you need to go get what you want to work for what you want in life. And then as you're working, ask for that assistance. But sitting back and saying, that's what's got us in a lot of problems.
This next question is that really their idea, or is that ChatGPT? Because I know ChatGPT and what I read, I mean,
GPT will be giving away everything.
When you look at a lot of the talking points from Mr. Bain that were very sensationalized that got him attention, they've all been, kind of mirrored from what you find online. BitBoy with Bitcoin and FTX.
But y'all need to stop it, those COIs.
The carbon credits.
Somebody giving y'all constructive criticism about getting your game up, stepping your game up, doing better, and y'all coming back talking about, if they win, y'all ain't try it. All right, here's another texter.
Hold on.
Question is,
texter, if my auntie had different plumbing, she'd be my uncle. So what's your point?
Go ahead, Pearly.
If it's a big word.
What's the name of the Prime Minister?
Yeah, that would be Mr. Philip Edward Brave.
So why
Davis.
is the COI always talking about the Pintard fellow?
I don't know.
Why
it's
are they so
strange.
With him? Why are they so
I have an idea why. But
you playing for second? You playing for second?
I would say that's my idea.
Well, it looks like a heavy man crush to me there, Pearly. He's obsessed with Mr. Pintard. And listen, if I was Mr. Pintard, we're seeing some of these allegations concerned to Mr. Bain swirling around from 2007. I would really be worried now today after what I saw.
I think this texter says, good day, Naughty and MJ and Pearly. Mr. Aram Lewis' political career is finished. We still have a job for him. No, he don't have no farm. He tried, but it was a failure. That's what that texter says. Another texter says, Mr. Aram Lewis is an accomplished architect. So there you go. He may go back into architecture.
Yes. I know. I knew somebody could say, yes, that's right.
I
think he was involved with the stadium, the national stadium.
Could help build.
Then maybe he could tell us if that construction work was done well enough or not. Since he's an architect and he's in the field, let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Yes, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, I got one thing back up on, and then I'll deal. Let me see, being devil's advocate or defender, so to speak, public defender. I heard you speak about a presentation by the chairman of the COI
Correct.
And it's seeming like it was listening to a video. So probably I'm going to blame it on the video being the video was a video error, you know.
Or AI.
Yeah, that might have been AI. Yeah. Oh goodness.
So I would want, because I think I know some of the candidates on the show, and I believe they have person in the show who can speak.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I know they got one.
Need to put them
I know they
forward.
got one who could rap for sure. I don't know about speaking. The jury's still out after yesterday.
But maybe that's a part of it, you know. You
But,
hear from so few people.
On backing up on a former matter.
Sure.
When it was, you said Happy Independence to one of your calls. I think it's GNN or some one of your favorite calls. I like to hear him speak as well.
Yeah.
Very informative.
Yeah.
But he said his independence had gone, which was July 4th, and I think you should have corrected him, or
No, he was called.
GNN born in the United States.
He was just guessing.
He's being facetious, man. He was born.
Okay.
He was born over there and being facetious.
He was born in the United States, so he's saying July 4th is his independence in America.
You know, facetious like when Pearlie says the Dodgers are the greatest team in the history of Major League Baseball. You gotta know. You gotta know.
Okay, I just want to clear that off my chest, you know.
Yeah, man. Well, good stuff. I appreciate your call as always. Great points, and have a good weekend.
That's how you go in, Naughty? That's how you go in?
I was making an example.
Wow.
I mean, do the Dodgers have more world championships than the Yankees?
I think we go in sports, right?
Well, we could get there.
When was the last time the Yankees won a
It doesn't matter when the last time the Yankees won. We have 27
20 years ago.
That's
20
why.
some years
That's
ago.
why it don't matter.
It don't matter.
A whole generation. None of your kids have seen the Yankees win the championship, but my kids have seen the Dodgers.
Excuse me.
Several.
My kids have seen it, thanks to technology today, they've seen every Yankee World Series win, including when Babe Ruth was playing, buddy. What are you talking about?
Let me rephrase it then. Experience a live championship by your team.
Touche.
It doesn't matter.
You want to get that technical on me.
So guess what?
You know, that's why I like Janet Jackson. What have you done for me lately?
But you know the beautiful thing about it? You know Stat Boy and you know Andoni. When you know I got unleashed them on you, right?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I know that, but guess what? You know what's going to be so ironic about this whole thing? When Andoni gets to the major leagues and he's the starting pitcher for the Dodgers, it's going to be irony to the best.
Because he ain't turning that down. He ain't turning that down.
Hold on, you might have to look at stretch forward and stretch guard for the Lakers too.
Yeah, but I agree with it. I can live with that piece, but I want to see him on the mound for the Los Angeles Dodgers in about 10 years.
I might have to pull a LaMelo ball and force them to trade him to the Yankees for a player to be named later.
Oh no, you won't.
I would. And you know what would be so good about that, MJ?
What?
Naughty would be wearing a Dodger jersey.
He surely will.
Let's go to the break now. It's
surely
too
will.
thick in here. It's too thick. You got Sean talking, but it's not pretty. No, let's go to the break. This is turned ugly real fast.
My hands up shaking just to let you know now you've got a higher power. You got me singing every second, dancing every hour.
Hear that? That's not just a crunch. It's the sound of flavor turning up. Introducing the Doritos Kentucky Chicken Sandwich, a delicious combination of KFC's juicy original recipe extra large filet, stacked with real Doritos nacho cheese chips for a loud, cheesy crunch in every bite. It's bold, it's crunchy, and it's only $8.95. Everyone's chasing the crunch. Don't be the one who missed it. KFC and Doritos, a crunch that's finger-licking good.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Going through tires faster than a heartbeat through butter. One wheel going left, one wheel going right, while the car crying and trying to go down the road straight. Chief, you need to go into Muffler World and get your wheels aligned. Muffler World will set you on the straight and narrow in no time with computerized wheel alignment. And since the car is up already on the rack, take them one-tread tires off and get some new ones. Muffler World on Mackey Street got that computerized wheel alignment and brand new tires.
Now Nassau Cruise Port, Kalik and Ricardo Rum presents the Made in the Bahamas Festival. Join us on Saturday, July the 19th from 3 p.m. to 12 a.m. for a cultural affair hosted by Kenny and the Mighty Pencil. Get ready for live performances by Avi, Fan Sean, Ancient Man, and more. Plus music by the best DJs. Enjoy entertainment by the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band, a Junkanoo Rush Out, giveaways, and tasty Bahamian food. Admission is only $10, so don't miss out. Drink responsibly and celebrate proudly.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
She was just a girl, she expected the world, but it flew away from her reach. She ran away in her sleep, dreamed of paradise, paradise. Every time she closed her eyes.
We're back at you on the Friday, July 18th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and you coming along with Mary Jane and Pearly right up until 6 p.m. And couple of things before we get out of here. Go ahead.
Got some text messages.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, okay, so this texter says, Lady and gents, I have no comments regarding the white paper until more information is released. However, I've been in Junkanoo for over 30 years. Junkanoo needs an overhaul. The system, especially the way the judges are selected and how the parades are judged. As a neutral person, I leave Bay Street wondering how they got to most of the results. Very interesting. Thank you for texting that.
Yeah, but on that then, what can change if the government take it over?
Right.
You have the same pool of people you picking judges from. If the system is not a bad system, it's just to get more people who want to be involved in Junkanoo, who want to judge. It's not. I've seen the system. I had them go through it. One thing I have to say about the JCNP, they have a meeting every year after Junkanoo where they go through the rules and they tweak the rules based on past performances and things that people point out that could have gone wrong to try and fix things.
Okay.
I got to give them that much credit. They work hard. They're very dedicated to Junkanoo. The government taking over ain't gonna change nothing about judging. What you can do is get mad because they can be influential in who's judges. And can be very influential in probably some unfair judging. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't like the influence part because it seems like this stem.
Not to cut you
Go
off,
ahead, Pearly.
But not to say, this ain't under this, any government, PLP, FNM, any government, Junkanoo.
Yeah, I think the government has other things to focus on if they want to lend a hand and maybe upgrading certain things. But it shouldn't be, just to overhaul, overtake the whole thing. I don't agree with that.
No, I mean, I think that this needs to be rectified. Far too long we've been hearing, all type of hullabaloo from Junkanoo over the years. At the end of the day, people want to be able to go watch a parade at an affordable price without the drama, without the politics, without all the finger pointing and the groups freaking themselves out. They just want to see it.
Leave them do it. Let them run Junkanoo. It's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. And yes, we always can doubt the judging the first day because we can jump up and say, but if you really, 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 really think about it, when them fellas get together a week or two later and they start talking about it, you don't hear very much argument. They really talk about, oh, that one was this, that one was that, that one costume was like this.
Right.
All right? And them tell us have respect. Let them do it. They know what it's about.
No, I agree. I agree.
I gotta laugh. Listen, my COI friends, listen, there's an old saying called the truth hurts, okay? And sometimes when you put stuff out to the world, you're gonna get varying opinions. You all need to learn to agree to disagree. Perception is reality, what people perceive. And sometimes you gotta put your best foot forward because you only got one shot to knock it clean out the park. Or if not, according to your chairman, I choked. To quote her, because that's what she said, I choked.
I think it was flopped.
Or I flopped.
Not sure, though. It was mumbled.
Right. So at the end of the day, take the criticisms. If you want people to vote for you, they're going to let you know where you need to get better in order to earn that vote. And because people don't agree with you, that doesn't make them wrong.
I think that's one of the things that the COI really needs to be introspective about. Your job is to convince people to support you. Every time someone gives feedback that you don't necessarily agree with, it gets, and I've spoken to some COIs in person, try to find some common ground, try to get more information on their ideas, their policy proposals. The moment you don't wholeheartedly agree with what they have to say, it gets nasty. And so me personally, I don't entertain too many conversations unless I know the person and it can be a constructive conversation. But you guys are out there trying to convince people. You can't get mad, send nasty text messages or go online and say nastiness about people every time they don't agree with you. I mean, you can, but don't expect people to vote for you under those circumstances. Don't expect people to see things your way if all you do is attack because people don't agree with you. And that makes no sense.
And if some of you CUIs feel like you're being attacked, you're a CUI, you have no intellectual capacity, or you only want 100 grand, well, tell your leader and your chairman and everybody who speaks on behalf of the party to make sure the message resonates so that all Bahamians could take it in. Okay? Because obviously if your chairman's out there, for lack of a better word, with foot and mouth and in a debate or a presentation, then obviously you have to do better in that area, getting your message across.
Yeah.
But now if you're defending that, and saying I'm wrong for criticizing that,
mediocrity,
then you may lack intellectual capacity. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hey, how you doing, Noddy?
Hey, what's going on?
I'm Mary J. and Brady. How y'all doing?
Good afternoon.
All
Hi.
good.
Mary J. I like, the PLP changed their name. They moved into Progressive Liberal Party or to Progressive Land Pirates.
Oh, I think it's still Liberal Party.
They just sound like the Progressive Land Pirates because everybody land look like they're ready to grab and dig.
Oh my God. Caller. So is it really truth to these rumors and allegations that I hear that all throughout the hood, people's generational property?
They got the signs up in the almond tree. They even want people to see where they put the sign.
Oh my goodness.
And which
hang up in the almond tree. They posted up in the almond tree.
In the tree.
Caller, let me know.
They say in the Indian days, in order to become a chief, you have to start off as a brave.
So let me ask you a question.
They magic, so I don't understand it, but I just wanted to know if they changed their name from.
Caller.
You sound like you changed.
Caller, do me a favor. You know me and MJ just like to take a little cruise on the weekend, get a little Kong salad or get some Mortimer's candy and take a little ride around.
I love Mortimer's.
Let me know. I whistle and you point, man. Which is these almond tree and thing, man?
When you got all these bars and you whistle in your pass and shoe creation, you can whistle in pass right through Charleston Street.
Okay, Charleston. Okay, no problem. Say no more. Say no more.
The PLP is something else. And tell the COI, there's only a couple type of band, man. Either lima band, string band, or grand band.
You know what? You have a nice weekend,
man,
caller. Everybody got jokes. See what you start?
It took me like 30 seconds
Everybody
to get
got
there, but
jokes.
I got him.
All right, listen. Texter, we've talked about the illegal immigration crisis. We've talked about the hospital. We've talked about all of that. And we still talked about Junkanoo because Junkanoo is things and it's important as too.
But you answered the text, but I don't know what the text say.
Texas say, why are we being distracted from the illegal immigration crisis while talking about Junkanoo? Junkanoo important as too.
No, Junkanoo's important. Junkanoo's important.
Obviously, that person don't go to Junkanoo.
No, Junkanoo is important.
Junkanoo is the major cultural celebration in this country. It is who we are as a people, and that's something we cannot lose. That is just as important to a lot of people as you would find immigration is.
All right, let's get to this last call before we wrap things up. Talking Heads. Talking Heads.
Turn your radio down, please, caller.
Turn your radio down for us, please,
Yes.
caller.
Good afternoon,
Listen to your phone.
Naughty, MJ, and also Pearlie.
Hi.
I was not to say this. Now, you were talking a few minutes ago concerning the CI, what the name?
COI, Coalition of Independents.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be disrespectful. But here's the thing. This is how I look at political parties. I might have said this before. I feel that they need to be in the wilderness, take some licks, learn from their licks, fall down, get up, try again, stay the course. You will find that people will become to lend an ear. I also look at it like this. Look, if you're trying to court someone, right, but the person who you're trying to court has not yet officially left the first person, you have to be kind and tender and don't say too many bad things about the other person, but try show where you are better. And in doing that, I might win you over. But if I come through blasting and carrying on, it's going to be a turn off. So that's how I look at them. Everybody blasting and angry. And I used to listen, as I said before, but I'm turned off.
Thank you very much.
You call, have a great
caller.
weekend,
Hopefully
man.
they're
Always good points when you call.
listening and hear what, You come around me talking and trying not to listen and just rowing.
I think that's what the COI needs to do. Step out of their own echo chamber and hear the actual, sounds of voting Bahamians who may want to give them a chance, but say, look, I'm feeling you on this, but you need to work on this. That's the only way you get better. That's the only way you get my vote.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
Because at the end of the day, it ain't about clicks and lights. It's about who people resonate to as far as voting. And yeah, you could be popular, but if I hear your message and your message ain't resonating, or you can't express your message for me to buy into your philosophy and to buy into your vision, then you lose me.
And like you said, sometimes you only get that one shot to make a really good impression, and it's lasting.
Lasting impression.
You think people have time? Some people don't even want to be bothered with politics right now. Like they just don't even. So many other things to worry about.
To be honest with you, a lot of people are sick and tired of politics.
Sick of it.
And they're sick and tired of this bashing thing and all that. And they want to hear what you can do for this country.
Ideas.
What are you going to do to fix immigration? What are you going to do to fix cost of living? What are you going to do for crime?
That's
what
I
want
to hear.
And all the COI do is bash Michael Pinto. The PLP, I believe they're working together as a team because that's all they want to do is talk about what,
Well, Pearlie, I've heard allegations of a certain seat being promised to Mr. Ben in Pinewood. So if I was Mr. LaRota, I would do my due diligence and make sure I cover all my tracks.
What you mean promise? What you mean? I hear this. What you hear? Tell me.
I've heard allegations that Mr. Ben is on a mission for the PLP. These are the allegations. And that famous Pinewood seat that he loves so dearly is what they dingling
they work it out.
So what it means is that they won't contest it, or the COI will fold up and he'll join the PLP. Which one?
That remains to be seen.
Oh, okay.
Because if you look at it, those are the options. Will they join the PLP or will they disband the COI? And that I wonder. I wonder. Do you see uncontested, or do you see that Mr. Bain dig his trenches, his heels in the trenches, and say, no, I'm with the COI, and I'm going to ride with the COI, or is it going to be that he makes a sachet chanté over there to put on yellow and blue?
I don't know.
I don't think so because I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
I honestly think what Pearlie said earlier, that they're playing for second.
I'd like to see him stay where he is and build that party up to where it needs to be. Put in the work, put in the due diligence. Don't cut any corners. Don't.
Pearlie ain't playing for second. I playing for first.
Correct.
If I go, I get it for first.
But Pearlie,
you got a horse in the race. I get it for first.
Let me give them a good example. And you can take it from my team, the Dallas Cowboys. We were an expansion team.
I knew it had to be a Cowboy thing.
We lost a ton of games.
Oh my God.
We were in the wilderness, but we learned. We had a good coach in Tom Landry. We built up. We took our cut skin, and we have won more championships than an expansion team than some teams that were in the original NFL makeup. So if you're going to be a good expansion team, you put in the work, you tote your cut skin early, you learn how to think about the league plays, and then you're ready to go. You position yourself. It doesn't happen overnight, and you got to know how to make friends, and you can't alienate them with a bad attitude because somebody doesn't agree with what you're saying or what you're trying to say, and you can't get the message out. So you lose them.
Yeah, and that must be
I
frustrating.
like
you
the
know?
analogy, but I rather, I used to go in for first. I from SAC. We used to
Listen,
win it.
I know
They
that was
used to go
coming.
in for no second.
Oh, then Coach Corby right out the gate. The only reason why we play this game is to win championships. The Lakers hang championship banners. We don't hang Western Conference or bubble trophy. We hang championships on nothing else.
Oh, Herman,
You don't hear
You play to win the game.
You don't hear the soccer talking about Austin, Johnson, St. Anne's. We think with QC. We think with beating on the QC thing, with beating up on us. We game for first. QC ain't winning but St. John's. SAC ain't winning but St. John's. We win but QC. QC winning but SAC. Tell me I lie.
No, that's true. That's true.
And there's an old saying, man. I think Capleton said it best. The more you try to kill me, the more me grow stronger. The more you try to stop me, the more me live longer. And I think that's what's happening with Mr. Pinto there. The more people bash him every day, they're gaining and creating popularity for him because people not taking interest in why are they picking on this man so much? Oh, I see. He made a shield plan. Okay.
Well, I will say that address that he gave on Sunday and the actual policy position he put forth, I found that to be very impressive because that's more of what I want. Tell me what you could do. Show me your plan.
You showed me the situation and you gave me a plan. I mean, Mr. Ben, you've been beating up your gums allegedly for years about immigration, but you've shown no plan over those 3 years you've been beating up your gums.
They have some stuff
Just
in there.
sensationalism.
They do have some
But I
ideas
saw some
in
chat
Vision
GPT stuff in
2025.
there. I saw.
Oh, Lord.
I read.
Fairly.
I saw some chat. No, it was very. No, I'm not being.
I know you're
honest
being
to goodness,
serious. Yeah.
It was very, very. It was obvious that was written chat GPT.
Ooh. And then when you go out,
obvious. If that was a paper handle.
and then when you go out in public and you're asked questions and you can't answer the questions, you ain't beating those chat GPT allegations because it's looking crazy. It looking like, yeah, chat wrote it. You don't know. You can't say.
At least you got to read it. And
Yikes.
With chat right for you.
Yikes. Oh, boy.
Anyway, we reached that time, man.
It's going to be a weekend.
It's going to be a good weekend, Purdy.
Yeah.
Go enjoy your Dodgers.
Yeah, we can beat up on Milwaukee tonight.
On a Friday night.
And we'll be back. And listen, for all the sports...
The Cubs already helped you out. They beat the Red Sox for the day. Earlier today.
Good.
And for all you sports aficionados, listen, on behalf of me and Pearlie, and MJ to an extent, but listen, we got a lot to talk about when it comes to this country and getting it right. Obviously, there's a lot going on, and there's a dead space in sports right now. We're 8 Sundays away from the NFL.
Dead zone.
So I promise you, next week
only baseball.
Next week we'll talk sports.
WNBA.
Well, yes, that's
Pearlie,
true. That is true.
Let's be honest. We got WNBA, we got baseball right now, and it's on time. There'll be times we focus on the national issues, but I promise all the sports lovers, in short order, when you hear that NFL kickoff and preseason leading up, we can talk sports straight through in the 5 o'clock hour.
Oh, yeah. Y'all go run and shut up.
Only
Y'all
Jesus
go
could stop
run and
us
shut up.
from stopping talking sports in the 5 o'clock hour.
Don't let the Cowboys go on a run.
Just want to talk football.
Oh,
Big
gosh.
conversation we had about the top 100 yesterday, at least the top 10 yesterday.
I sent you my list.
And you know what's gonna be really interesting, MJ?
Hey.
When Dallas out of the playoff picture like early December, he ain't gonna talk football.
That's true.
Excuse me, that's where you're wrong. I always start talking the draft and firing the coach and all of that. Stop it. You know you're wrong.
Oh, Lord.
Anyhow.
Touche, my brother. Touche.
There you go, man. So for Pearlie and for MJ and Mr. Producer, it's your boy Naughty. We want you to have a great weekend, man. And be safe. Enjoy yourself. Take time with your family. And fellas, go take a picture with your significant other tonight. Go take her out somewhere and snatch her behind and take a picture and play Coldplay in the car later, okay? I'm going to take another picture with my wife right now.
And before we go, I just want to say, do well. I'm pulling hard for you, under 14, under 18, as girls Pony League softball team.
Yes.
But I want y'all to do well.
Yes, good stuff. All right, man. Have a great weekend, Bahamas. We'll see you right back here on Monday with Talking Heads.
Oh, what a thing to do. 'Cause you were all yellow. I drew a line for you. Oh, what a thing to do. And it was all yellow.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Masterpiece to Life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
When it comes to burgers and flavor, you already know he's the king. And he's the king of crunch, the master of flavor. And he's gonna set your taste buds on fire. I'm talking about the new King Crunch sandwiches at Burger King Nassau. No cap on this one. Crispy fried onions, pepper jack cheese, and a bold chipotle sauce. Can't forget about the fixings that cover that crispy chicken patty. And if you love your beef patties, 2 flame grilled beef patties on BK's new King Crunch sandwiches. They're bigger, they're better, and bolder than the other guys. But hurry, they're only at Burger King Nassau for a limited time, so try one today.
Looking for tech solutions without the hassle? Since 1941, the Armory Company has been the Bahamas' trusted tech partner. From access control and cloud video surveillance to smart home setups and laptop repairs, we handle it all. Need a repair? We've got you covered, no matter where you bought it. Can't find what you need? Call us at 397-1600 for a custom solution. Visit us behind Wendy's on Mackey Street with delivery to all Family Islands. The Armory Company, where your tech problems meet their match.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer clinics from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more.